Okay, folks, live here from FanDuel TD Report. First, I want to start off first by acknowledging the fan base of the Washington Commanders, formerly known as the Washington Redskins, passing the great news yesterday. I want to also acknowledge the Ravens fan base in Massachusetts. One current and one former players, Jalen Ferguson and Tony Siragusa. Also want to acknowledge Portland Trailblazers lost Mr. Smart again. And I mean, it's been pretty bad 2, 3 days in the sports world. We're here tonight getting you ready for this NBA draft. The commissioner just came on, getting you ready for this NBA draft. I'm waiting on Dave to come on and also Dev. But right now, I just want to, talk to you guys about what's going on here in the sports world as we slow down right now, getting ready for the summer, which started a day or two ago, leading us up until August 5th for the first preseason football game. Um, Folks, it's been a pretty decent year, but these last couple of days and these deaths were kind of, how should I say, it's been kind of bad. The fan bases have been caught off guard when you get a current player and then to add on to that the big one of the spring with Dwayne Haskins. This has been pretty trying time for fans. Kind of bringing things perspective and know that these are real guys and everything. Huh? Okay, thanks. Yeah. So as I wait on Dave to get us so we can kind of get you into this NBA draft, which is the last part of the summer, to get us ready for the next year, which I always said start August 1, when you start with the first NFL kickoff game, going into baseball's final and back around into next spring. So, guys, I'm waiting on Dave here to get here so we can kind of kick up and kind of get you go up the pace of what's going on with this NBA draft. Now, the NBA doesn't do a good job like the NFL as far as the marketing for the draft. Most of you guys probably didn't even know the draft was going on. And everything ended with the finals last week. I want to say congratulations to the Golden State Warriors for doing what they did, which was amazing, what they did. Coming from basically the last place team in the damn league all the way to a championship in 2 years after being on top for years and coming back. Kudos to Curry and those guys. Curry, you finally got your finals MVP. But as we're moving forward, we want to see how these teams are going. They're saying Jabari Smith is supposed to be number one. I'm with Deb. I think that Banchero dude from Duke may be the first pick tonight. Simply because they may see a lot of Tatum in him. So,
hey, what's up, Tony?
What up? What's going on?
I brought my man D Double along for the NBA draft, man.
Billy Ray Valentine.
Yeah, man. Hey, Tony. Great open. Tony brought up what an unfortunate stretch this is in the sports world with some recent losses. A couple of people passing on. First among them I wanted to talk about was while we're waiting on the first pick for the NBA draft. You've got the Orlando Magic on the clock, and about 2.5 minutes left before they make the pick. But Rest in peace to former Redskin great Brig Owens. I wasn't expecting to hear that one. It was just really sad to hear. Did you ever get a chance to meet Brig? He was a really nice guy.
No, I never got a chance to meet him. I know several times he was at some of the alumni weekends when
Right.
Dan Snyder started that, and I got a chance just to kind of observe him and things like that. But no, I never got a chance to meet him in person.
He's a former Cincinnati Bearcat. So, hey, Big Tony. So,
what up, fella?
we were just mentioning Brig Owens, his unfortunate passing. Redskin great, and you told me he was a Cincinnati Bearcat.
Yeah.
Old school.
Old school. I guess he was the Art Monk and the Gerald Green of the day in popularity, to say.
Very much so. He was very popular.
It's been a bad 2 days for this region as far as deaths. With the 2 Ravens and the 1 Commander Redskin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's been pretty bad.
That Tony Siragusa, man. Tony Siragusa, Ravens great. Just a real likable guy, a lot of fun. Great on the sidelines.
Duke.
Made the most out of it. Goose guys at age 55. Sorry, fellas. That's just way too young.
The first pick is
55.
in. Who do you think it is, Dave? I think it may be the guy from Duke. Duke.
You got it right. Good call, Tony.
Yep.
Paolo Banchero.
I told
That's
you.
a little bit of a surprise.
Yes. I told you. I said it.
I like this move.
Fellas.
I like this move for the Magic.
Paolo
Banchero can play. He can play.
Where that pick came from?
Where?
That pick came from Jason Tatum being good. Because those 2 teams who messed up with Tatum, they weren't going to make that same mistake with this guy here.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody picked him number 1. But
nope.
That was it. That's a great pick for them. That's a great pick.
Yep.
They messed up a couple years ago because if they had to do it over again, the Lakers wouldn't be this bad if they would have had that damn Tatum.
Yep. You're right.
Wow.
I think he's going to be a big scorer at this level. Dave, what are your thoughts?
Listen, Orlando, they definitely, if they're happy with Cole Anthony, you never know, they might be happy with Markelle Fultz. So they've got some talent back. And to round everything out, Paolo could be the guy.
Okay.
Now, he said it was $2,500 first round. If I'd have put $100 down, I'd have won $2,000.
$100 would have won. You would have won $2,000 with $100.
$2,500 if I'd bet $100.
Oh, wow.
For that pick.
Well,
man, oh man.
Because nobody had him pick number 1, but for some reason I felt that he would go 1 because I mean, just think about it. You can't make that same mistake that you made with Tatum. That's who reminds me of, a bigger Tatum. He does everything Tatum does, right? But he's bigger.
Yeah, he's bigger. What do you think about his ability to shoot from distance?
I think that's going to come as the game gets going in the NBA. In NBA games, where everybody's getting lost at, Jason Tatum will be unstoppable if he just keeps developing his mid-range game. He's worried about threes too much.
And he's got to cut those turnovers down. He turns the ball over.
But the turnovers are coming because it's either 3 or bust. Go get that mid-range joint that they give him to you that you can knock down all day.
He should be able to. He's capable. He's physically capable of doing it.
Stop trying to be Steph Curry. Go be Jason Tatum.
Good point.
Kobe made a living off of mid-range.
Most interesting team in the NBA draft is going to be the Oklahoma City Thunder, who picked second. They've got a ton of picks.
They do.
What do they got, Dave? Something like 19 first-rounders over the next 4 years?
Yeah, 3 or 4 seasons, I think.
Yeah.
There's no way they can incorporate all those players into their roster. They're obviously going to have to move some of them. But the fact that they're not a free agent destination means that those picks are capital. You know what I
Right.
mean? No one's trying to, you know, I seriously doubt they're going to get many free agents to come there. But if they draft wisely, like they did, you know, 10, 12 years ago, you know, when they turned, you know, KD and Russ and Harden, kind of
James
like,
Harden.
almost like 3 in the last 4 drafts. If they can do that, obviously, and they've got this kid Giddey, who's a talented player. So we'll see. But they got a long way to go, like a lot of these teams down here picking at the top. But again, they have so many picks. You know, it's interesting.
With a minute left before the pick comes in, here it is. The pick is in for the Oklahoma City Thunder. So that should be getting handed to the commissioner any
Who do
moment
y'all
now.
calling? Who do y'all got number 2?
Chet Holmgren, big kid from Gonzaga, 7-footer. I think that's your second pick.
I'm gonna say Jabari Smith.
You go Jabari Smith. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
Here it comes.
So, wow, plus 25. See, I was worried about my shows.
There's Mike Miller.
Oh man,
Mike Miller's at the draft.
Yeah, he's chilling out with Paolo's contingent.
Nice.
So maybe he's in there as a mentor or an agent or something.
Mm-hmm.
No championship, 1 championship, no championship. Don't know. Duke has had to have the worst luck in the pros. Their players don't do any damn thing. For a big time program, they don't do anything. Really.
According to the draft ticker, Houston Rockets are now on the clock. So the picks will be coming out in a minute.
You got Jabari over the homegrown kid?
Yeah, we're split. I'm going with Jabari, and I think Billy Ray's going with Chet Holmgren.
Yeah, Billy Ray's going to go with Chet Holmgren.
Wait. Doesn't Oklahoma got like 27 first or second round like the next 10 years or something?
19 picks in the first round over the next 5 years.
Ooh,
can I get a sweet tea, please?
That's absurd.
You can package those picks, and the best part about it is they're cheap because these are going to be rookie contracts.
Exactly.
So
they're
affordable. You basically.
Who was it, Dave?
I said it was Chet Holmgren. That's my pick.
Oh, Billy Ray was right.
Damn.
Chet
Holmgren goes number 2 to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Either he's going to change the way basketball is played and pull the game into the 3-point line,
right?
Or he's just going to sit out around the 3-point line or in the high post and just shoot.
Listen, dog. He better get some damn weight on him with them NBA dudes.
He doesn't need too much. He doesn't need too much. Just a little.
Okay.
He needs to just get strong. Because here's the thing.
Strong.
Here's the thing, Tony. You see a guy like Chet Holmgren at 7 feet, 195. Harken back to the old days of college basketball with someone like Ralph Sampson. For a dude that was tall and skinny, Ralph was strong as an ox for his size. He was very wiry. Chet has to get that upper body strength and a lot of that lower body strength so he can hold his body.
Yeah.
So
I saw in the tournament.
Yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily about weight. It is about strength. I mean, how much weight did Kevin Garnett gain his whole career?
Exactly.
Probably not much more than 10 pounds, but he got a lot stronger.
Now, this next pick by the Houston Rockets, picking number 3 at the NBA draft. Here we are, the TD Report. David Combs here with Tony Kennedy and one of my buddies from high school, my man D-Double, David Duval, stepping in for us with a little bit of basketball expertise. We've got potentially Jabari Smith and Jaden Ivey. I think the picks here for Houston. Houston just traded away. Was that Christian Wood traded into the Dallas? I could see them going for Jabari Smith here.
Yeah, well, I mean, they just traded Christian Wood to the Mavericks.
Yep.
Jabari seems like a natural fit to fill that void. So that would be my guess. But Houston is they're known for thinking outside the box.
Well,
hey Dave.
Yes, sir.
Double D. Let me tell you something. I think the NIL have saved college basketball. So those guys now know they can get paid by going to school instead of doing all this other BS routes. Go to school, get some of that education, get that NIL, and season as a player. I think the game suffered a little bit when the guys kept coming out early, sitting on somebody's bench and not developing.
Right.
Go to school and develop, man.
Yeah.
Now you can get paid developing at college.
I like it,
I
but
think this has been a good thing.
Tony, you can never tell kids how to optimize their money. And you, Tony, are one of the people that advocates that for your college athletes. Is optimize your money, optimize your time in college. Okay?
Maximize it.
Optimize it, maximize it, get the most out of it. Okay? If somebody like a John Thompson were alive, he'd be talking to these kids and saying, listen, you go to Georgetown for 3 years, 4 years, take some accounting classes, take an economics class,
take some finance class.
You make an NIL. All you got to do is stay out of trouble, and you're getting drafted. And then at that point, once you get in the NBA camp, it's up to you. Can you play or not?
Can you play or not? You're right.
Well, and the NIL money, because of technology, a substantial amount of it can be generated through your social media.
Right here. Just like this.
Right. You don't even need to make appearances at the local pizzeria and do all those things that you would have had to do back in the 80s.
How much?
Imagine Adrian Branch doing commercials for Lido's on University Boulevard. Right? He'd have to leave.
That sells itself. The pizza don't even have to be that good.
Hey, can you imagine this? Lim Bias and Wings and Things.
Right.
Oh, wow.
With the mumbo sauce. Man, you know what? Mumbo sauce would have been national because of Lim Bias.
Allen Iverson at Georgetown for 2 years. That kid should have made $10 million. He should have made $10 million in college. And at this point, Zion Williamson would have been the poster child for NIL. He should have made a lot of money.
Listen, Zion Williamson added cameras to his shows. Zion Williamson changed people's lives. Instead of a 10-camera show, it was an 11-camera show.
He's the father. I agree, Tony.
He's the father of NIL. Because of him is the reason why you had to go. Yeah. Zion, you had to go.
Yeah, Duke made, and let's talk about this. Duke made a ton of money just getting him to sign and come to their school for 1 year. Duke made so much money. So much money. And I'm going to tell you what, them dudes at Duke, they're smart. You got to give them credit. They smart at Duke. I know they know it to the crew how much money they made off of signing Williamson. They just won't tell nobody because they do.
It's all good.
Houston's pick is in. Tony, what you think?
What you calling, baby? What you calling?
Well, I got to go with Jabari. At this point, I think this is where he goes.
I think he's a good selection here.
Yeah.
I'd go Jabari Smith. And, I mean, there's a shot that maybe Jaden Ivey, but I think it's Jabari Smith. What do you think, Tony?
Yeah.
Tony, what do you think? You like Jabari Smith here?
I think it may be him, but would you say they were the worst team in the league?
Pretty darn close, yeah.
Yeah, over the last 2 seasons, like 37 and 117, something crazy.
Something like that. And
crazy. Can you trade back on this pick?
Huh?
Can you trade back and get more? Can you trade this pick to a team that you need? They got a max player and go give me somebody?
I would guarantee you Washington, I would guarantee you a team like, say, the Wizards that wanted to move up has probably spoken. You think it's Jabari? I got that.
It's Jabari.
I like this pick.
His ability, everything that Christian Wood was able to do, this kid could probably do those type of things and probably give you more than Christian gave on the defensive end as well.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Christian Wood.
This is a great replacement.
At this point, Dallas was able to pull that deal off without giving up their first round pick.
Yes,
so Dallas picks. Where's Dallas picking? 7? Let me see here.
Hey, Dave, we're about a cycle away from getting back to what it used to be in the draft. to where all those guys now are starting to come back to college and start to look at college as the avenue instead of the G League overseas. By next year, I think we'll be kind of back to where it used to be. Because you remember, this night used to be big. Right now, it's an afterthought.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Well, and again, the draft night used to be sort of a culmination of guys because we saw them play 3-4 years in college. Now draft night is like an introduction.
Right.
A lot of times
these guys we haven't seen.
Who is this guy? You know, a lot of people are going to find out who Dyson Daniels is. I mean, you know, people don't know who these kids are, even with the internet.
Yeah. Now, this guy here.
Yeah, Sacramento Kings are on the clock now at pick number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Sacramento got a new coach, right? The guy from the Warriors.
Yeah, Mike Brown.
Yep, Mike Brown, former Cleveland Cavaliers coach when LeBron was there. He's off of Tony. He's off of the pop tree. He's a former San Antonio assistant. Long time San Antonio assistant.
So, I want to explain to the basketball people. That tree goes back to the beginning of the game. It goes from Nate Smith to Fog Allen to Dean Smith to Larry Brown to Pop to Kerr and now to him. So that tree is the game when it started.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, Mike Brown was obviously, you know, Steve Kerr's lead assistant.
Yep.
So he's
for many years.
He's leaving a championship caliber team, obviously, to go to the Kings. But you know, you don't have to go too far.
So how much input do you think he had on this pick coming up? Not being there that long. He only been there for a little bit.
Well, I mean, you know, to be honest, he may not be as steeped in some of these draft prospects as the GM is. Because obviously he's been, you know, worried about scouting the Celtics. So, you know, he might have some opinions, but I mean, he might have to defer a little bit to the GM.
Yeah, the front office is going to make this pick.
I mean, it's kind of difficult.
He might have a small input walking in the door, but this pick might be locked in anyway. I think they might have been going for somebody like a Jaden Ivey right here. There's a chance you're going to lose De'Aaron Fox anyway, right? You know,
there's always a chance. And again, you could always trade De'Aaron for a stud front court player,
right? Which is, I think, the play. I think that's the play that they have. You know, and I'd like to see De'Aaron Fox get out of Sacramento. He's been playing well for them for many years now. I think he's a very good player. I just don't think anyone nationally is really going to get to see him if he stays. If he stays in Sacramento, I just don't see it.
I mean, again, the Mike Brown can change a little bit of the stigma that's on the Kings right now, just Cowtown in the middle of nowhere. But again, I mean, it's a long way from Rick Adelman and Jason Williams and Chris Webber,
C. Webb.
Oh man, Bobby Jackson.
Hey, that was a fun team, Tony.
Oh man,
that was 20 years ago.
That was 20 years ago. That was a fun team, guys. Man. That was fun. That was the type of basketball that you love to watch.
Oh yeah,
they were incredible. Hey, this is how old we are. Peja Stojanovic's son is one of the best high school players in the country. Peja. They said his son.
Oh, I
remember him.
Why wouldn't it be?
He's got that slingshot jumper.
I think it's Ivy.
Oh,
Keegan Murray.
Oh,
wow.
Keegan Murray.
Oh,
Mike Brown did have input.
Mike Brown did have input. You're right.
Oh man.
Yeah. Wow.
So there it is, right there.
Oh man, Elijah can't believe it.
So when he came, they actually listened to him.
Yeah.
Yep. Sounds like it. Well, at this point, that's a concession to Mike Brown. Hey, you know, they're going to
very well might be.
I like this kid. Keegan.
I like this kid too.
6'8", forward out of Iowa. All around good player. This changes the draft a little bit for me because I really saw Jaden Ivey going here. The Pistons, who just moved Jeremy Grant, moved him out to Portland. would have a chance. Obviously, are going to have a chance now to pick Jaden Ivey or Bryce Jackson.
That's big time.
Actually, bring them in. They have a need at point guard. These are the two best players available right now, and they're both quality players.
Yeah, he's a hoop, man.
I didn't get
to right here can hoop
very much.
You know, Keegan's got like he's in that Harrison Barnes kind of mold. You know, inside, outside, good physical frame, strong defender.
Who are you talking about, Keegan? Or
yeah,
Keegan.
Yeah. I mean, he'll fit in just fine.
Detroit Pistons are on the clock. What direction do you see the Pistons going in? They were 23 and 59, and one of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference last year.
Yes, they were.
And that was with Jeremy Grant as an improving player.
You know, obviously you've got Cade Cunningham, who's the guy, and you know, you traded Jeremy Grant, but you didn't necessarily get much back from the Trailblazers.
No, not at all.
So you've got Sidwell friends, Sadiq Bey, you know, who's a hard-working role player. You've got, Killian Hayes. But I think Ivy could fit in. I mean, the thing is, Cade Cunningham does have sort of a little bit of that Grant Hill in him. I mean, he can be a primary ball handler. And there's only one ball.
But you got to get him off the ball so he can really, really score.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I think Ivy's playmaking is a little underrated. He's got a killer first step. Oh my God, this kid's first step is so quick.
Tony out here with the grip. He got the grip out there, man. He got the
man.
I would have had something if I would have got on that damn first hit. $100 would have bought me $2,500. I would have been in here.
Hey man, hit me with some of that. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hit me with some of that money. Hey, man, we want to give a shout out to a friend of the show. Our very own Jody Coleman just had a birthday. Hey, man, happy birthday, Jody Coleman. Our man from the Midwest. His birthday was on Juneteenth, man. That's really cool. That's cool.
Emancipation
Which I always remind basketball people that's the 36th anniversary of Len Bias's death.
So, was on Juneteenth this year.
He died on June 19th, 86.
Yep, summer 86.
It's been how many years? Is that
36 years?
36 years, man. Unbelievable.
Whew.
I tell people all the time, man. Len Bias Karl Malone would have been just another big man with Len Bias in the NBA.
No, man. I mean, I don't want to diss. Karl was going to get his, and he was.
Karl's going to get his, but Len.
He was going to score. But
I tell you, Len would have been.
He would have changed the course of college. He would have changed the course of basketball history.
No question.
Because he would have cut into Michael Jordan's legacy.
Well, he would extend the Celtics, right? So now with the Celtics,
right? He would have extended the Celtics out at least 5 more years.
Yeah.
He would have extended Bird, but you remember Bird back was starting to go.
It was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, Bird's back was starting to go, but
McHale was still good. McHale was fine. McHale went on for many years.
The beneficiaries of that was the Pistons. The Pistons would have been in trouble. They wouldn't have been there in 88, 89, 90.
Yeah.
It would have been a little delay. The Pistons could have got squeezed out with Bulls coming in. But the one thing the Pistons had that nobody ever counted on is that the style of play was always going to keep them in games. But the rules, the rules then, if they were back then now, the Pistons would have been in trouble.
Yep.
They couldn't play.
Sure. Yeah,
But back then, listen, man, I hate the Detroit Pistons, but those are my all-time favorite teams because that is basketball.
Hey, listen.
Get the hell up and man up and F every goddamn thing else. It's time to play ball. I don't want to hear that sissy bullshit. Come in here, you're going to catch one of these. And that's what you're supposed to do. That little punk shit they doing now, that ain't basketball. You need to get a chicken wing when you come up in that joint.
This is, the way that the fouls are called. And hey, listen, this is not to disparage the Pistons. This is not to disparage the Celtics or the Warriors, who did a very good job in the finals. It was a good finals to watch. And congratulations, of course, to the champions again, getting back in the winner's circle, the Golden State Warriors.
Yes,
Amen.
sir.
Amen. D-double. I saw the video from the parade. It was wilding out, buddy. It was wilding out.
Yeah, the Bay Area. Pick us in.
We're never gonna have that here in DC. We're never gonna have a good basketball team.
Man, this is crazy, man. We're getting close to where the
Jaden Ivey.
I told you, Jaden Ivey, good pick. Now you pair him in the backcourt. You're gonna pair him in the backcourt with Cade Cunningham. That's your backcourt. You got your backcourt.
Oh, that's a good. Then you got your backcourt in the East. With Cunningham and him.
Yep.
Yeah, they're gonna need some bigs. They don't have a lot of great size.
Yep.
But
that right there, man. That dude broke down. He crying because he like, look, man, I've been doing this all my life.
His mom is the coach. His mom is the women's coach at Notre Dame.
That's right.
He's been raised in the game.
Yeah.
He's been in the game. His mom is a coach.
I wonder how she felt about him going to Purdue.
What's that?
I wonder how she felt about him going to Purdue.
Well,
hey, listen, you get in where you fit in.
Right. I mean, it's all Indiana, right?
Yeah. All Indiana. It's all good.
At least you stayed in Indiana.
Indiana Pacers are on the clock here on the TD Report. I'm your host, David Combs. Got Tony from FanDuel on here and our boy D-Double stepping in and helping us out a little bit on draft night. We want to thank Dave for coming in. Appreciate you, bro.
I like seeing that. I like seeing some passion in some of these folks. Them damn business. Maybe they can bring back the bad boys. Bad boys.
Oh, no, man.
Bad
Tony,
boys.
you're never going to see it again. That has been legislated out of basketball.
It's funny. If you watch that Malice in the Palace documentary,
I watched it.
That might have been the end of that bully ball era because you had Ron Metta World Peace. He was Ron Artest.
Ron.
Ben Wallace, Steven Jackson. I mean, listen, that might have been it. That was what, 05 when that happened?
When basketball was basketball.
Yeah.
When basketball was basketball.
Hey, listen, man.
Yeah.
When basketball, listen, hey, Double D, here's the thing. If the NBA want their ratings back, the NBA should allow the rules to go like they go during the regular season. But playoff time, they should let bully ball come back. I bet you the damn ratings will go through the roof.
Hey, man.
Let bully ball back for the playoffs.
You
got to fight for one of these days. But one of them, you got to fight for it.
Tony likes the days when Kurt Rambis could get clothesline and they still finish the game. Now, right. Like that, they want to call the police. You know what I'm saying?
I like to see some passion in y'all. I don't want to see this shit when everybody running around being friends after the game. Don't call me after no game.
Here's what they should do, Tony. They should do it like hockey. There are no handshakes until after the series is over.
You got that shit right.
That's it. I like that about hockey. When the series is over is when you see them shaking hands.
Right, and then you got the handshake line, yeah.
Because we ain't gonna see you.
You got more passion. You got more passion in the fans than you do in the players.
100%. 100%. What do you think the Pacers are going to do here, Dave?
This is the wild card of the draft right here because it's hard to say, where they're going to go. I think it's to pin me down, I'm going to say they're going to go with the young fella, young Dyson Daniels.
Dyson Daniels from where's he from? What school?
Oh, he's from Australia. He was teammates with Josh Giddey.
Okay, so he's a foreign.
He's a European. He's an international guy. Okay.
Yeah, international dude. Yeah.
We're gonna see short.
Ignite.
The pick is in.
I mean,
I don't know. The Pacers are neither fish nor foul. The Pacers are sitting at 25-57 from last year, trying to make a move up in the Eastern Conference. I don't know if that player, Dave, is on this board that can bump them up 15, 20 games. I don't know if that player's on this board.
No. I mean, whoever you take right here, you're going to have to be patient. You got UVA's Malcolm Brogdon. You got Buddy Hield. You got
Buddy Hield should be in Los Angeles. Catch and shoot guy. That's what they needed.
What is it?
Oh, the Benedict Mathurin from Arizona. Now this kid right here,
wow.
This kid is an athletic guy, man. He can really get after it.
And with that, many hearts in the DC metro area fall to the floor. This was the guy that they wanted. This was who Washington
wanted. This the guy
wanted.
the Wizards wanted?
Yeah.
They picked at 6. Yeah.
Well, Washington he had to get rid of that raggedy ass suit.
Washington has called everyone but Santa Claus to try to move up in this draft. Right.
Hey, listen, now, once you watch these highlights, you'll see why.
Now,
young fella, man, he really has a nice blend of athleticism, basketball IQ. He's got a chance to be special.
Yeah, what they got on, man? What are they putting on these dudes?
He got
dresses these dudes, man.
He got all types of brooches and
shit.
Necklace.
Man, we need to talk about this draft day fashion.
My man look like he's just showing up at the cotillion out here.
Oh my God.
Oh man, what the hell they be putting?
He will detonate on you though.
Portland is on the clock at this point. Portland made a big move. Portland made a trade and had brought in Christian Wood from the Houston Rockets, and they kept Dame. So now at this point, they're just filling in holes. They have a need at shooting guard and power forward. You've got Jalen Durham sitting here from the Memphis Tigers, 6'10", 250 forward. That could be a good smooth pick there. And then Shaedon Sharpe from
Shaedon's somewhat of a wild card. They're not sure what he could maybe provide year one, just because he's so raw.
Are the Wizards going to get a good pick? Are they going to get a good pick?
Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, there's a good chance they can get Johnny Davis, who's
a
solid kid.
Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, guard from Wisconsin. Yeah,
he can play.
He can play. I mean, he averaged 8 rebounds a game.
I think he comes in and starts day one if he's still there.
Well, I mean, listen, it's one of those things where you don't know what's going to happen with Beal. I mean, obviously fans are hoping he resigns, but you never know. And you got KCP, who's in the last year of his deal, he could be traded late. So Johnny Davis, obviously, there would be plenty of minutes for a Wizards team.
I think you write it on a sheet of paper, and just like Kevin Costner in that movie Draft Day, Johnny Davis, what? Just put it on a piece of paper. Johnny Davis, what? I don't care what happens.
Manifest. No, this kid. The one thing about Johnny is, his 3-point shooting went down at Wisconsin his sophomore year, but then to Tony's point, he started getting his mid-range on, his floaters.
Tony and Dave, I'm not worried about his 3-point shooting.
Right.
I need him to make plays. I need him to set.
Yeah, he's big, bold, and
I will get the 3-point shooting in here.
Yeah,
exactly.
Whether it's free agent,
every young player will get better at shooting.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at Rui Hachimura. Rui Hachimura was terrible at 3-point shooting his rookie year, and then this past year he made like 42% of them.
Oh boy, it's almost time for his deal to be up, right? Rui should be up in about a year.
Yep, it'll be. I think after they can extend them to next year, but then after next year they're gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah, you're gonna have to make some decisions on Rui at this point. And Rui, I like the pick. It's just so tough for him to coalesce around a successful team. He just hasn't had that around him. I think if you put Rui Hachimura on a good team, if you put him somewhere like...
you already know, man. You put him on like a...
I think he's fine, right? Yeah. The Wizards front office, and shout out to Tommy Shepard, it's a tough job. But if you can put enough guys around him, I think he's a good piece.
Right.
And I liked the pick when they made it. I had no problem with the Wizards picking Rui Hachimura. The question is going to be, was he ever going to have a great team around him? And just having him and Bradley Beal isn't enough. Okay?
No, he needs...
Bradley Beal, he's opted out and takes, a 1 year, $36 million or something like that?
Yeah, he had a player option for $36 million. he'll probably, he could make probably upwards of $45 million if he resigns with the Wizards.
Right.
So it's a no-brainer.
So he's a free agent right now.
Yes.
Yes.
So the Lakers can come and grab him right now.
They can't pay more than the Wizards, but yes.
Yes.
He could take
he would
less
have to
play
take
with LA.
Basically, the Wizards are bidding against themselves right now.
Yeah,
they can offer the most money, period. That's it.
Yeah. But you know what team I think that Bill could really help out right now, and that would make a threat for the Warriors for the championship, is the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, he'd be great there. That'd be a great fit.
Yeah.
And
if he goes to Milwaukee, that could be the difference to them when they play him in the championship next year because of that score. You see, you need that third score to beat Boston, to beat Golden State. If you don't have three dudes that can score, you're done. I don't care who you are. You can't beat them with two dudes.
I would say this also, Tony. If you put him in a Milwaukee, he would bring in the type of elite level scoring that makes it impossible for you to key on Giannis Antetokounmpo. Impossible. Because that inside out. At that point, you would see them post up Giannis. They would post him up instead of playing him out at the free throw line.
Oh, the pick is in Portland.
Pick is in for Portland? Okay.
Pick is in. What you calling Double D? What you calling?
Who do they add today? Who do they add to Damian Lillard?
Oh, wow.
And Christian Wood.
Shaden Sharp. How about that?
Shaden Sharp?
Okay.
Okay. This is a great pick. This is a great pick.
Now watch these highlights. These are all from AAU in high school, pretty much.
Oh, yeah. So it's all AAU high school highlights?
Yeah, because he didn't play. He signed with Kentucky, but never played.
Right.
So he never really played in Kentucky.
Never really played in Kentucky.
He's a wild card.
Man of mystery.
Unbelievable.
I know.
What that just did was tell them, fool, let's go play AAU. Let's go do whatever. You get damn drafted.
Right. You could be a top 10 pick.
This is crazy.
Now,
he's
I
from
want
Canada.
everybody. New Orleans Pelicans are on the clock right now. Okay.
Yep.
Pelicans still have Zion Williamson on a rookie deal. He's in an option. Okay.
And they got CJ McCollum.
They went 36 and 46, largely without Zion playing. So they were 10 games below 500. If you add Zion healthy, if he's back, and you add this pick in, I think
Brandon Ingram
team in the West.
No, I mean, listen, maybe
you have to play
Dyson Daniels. They really need a dynamic point guard, I think.
You don't like Lonzo? The guy.
Lonzo with healthy, I'm sure will be fine. And that's the main thing. Just making sure that he's healthy, and hopefully, he'll be healthy. But it is one of those things where you're like, man, you just.
There you go. You called it, Double D. It's all AAU game.
Yes.
Oh, AAU highlights.
It's all AAU game. That number AAU.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Yeah, this kid's sharp. I mean, listen, I'm sure he's a talented kid. He got bounce, but he's gonna have to learn what it's like to be a professional. He's got a ways to go. But again, this is a sort of a boom or bust pick. Who knows?
Boom or bust.
2 years from now, this guy could be the talk of the league.
So what is his position? The number 2, 3? What does he play? Wing?
He's like a 2 or a 3.
Yeah, he's a combo.
Yeah.
He's a swing. He's a swing man. He's a swing man. He could play.
They count on him playing off of Lillard, right?
Yeah. Lillard and Simmons.
Yeah, they would have Sharp playing off of that and off of Christian Wood. I mean, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to set up kind of like that big three situation. I mean, Shaden Sharp is not going to be expected to carry the team. Yeah, that's Dame Lillard.
Yeah, of course not.
And the money that they've invested in Dame Lillard, it's team. They've given him, hey, look, it's the best we can give you.
Right.
Moves. Now you got to make the best of it at this point. Shut up and play.
Yeah.
Davis talked a lot about trying to either Should I stay? Should I leave? I want this to work. Very similar.
And this is a big pick.
Huh?
Hey, this is a big pick for them for their future.
The Pelicans, yeah. Because this pick,
future.
if they don't hit on this pick, Zion Williamson leaves. That's it.
Because look, in a perfect world, you got Ingram and Williamson. That's 2 All-Stars.
Yep.
In a perfect world, All-Star caliber. So this is a huge play right here to add a lot more talent to the mix.
Yeah. Johnny Davis could go here, guys.
Oh, definitely he could.
Johnny Davis could go here.
He could fit in nicely, too.
2 picks before Washington. Johnny Davis could go. This could be, hold on. Pick is in here.
Ooh. Miss Malika Andrews. Hello.
Yes,
she does look good, doesn't she? That's a pretty
better
woman.
Than Kendra Perkins. I ain't looking at Perkins.
Perkins is terrible.
We're done. He's terrible.
Yeah, that's
Him terrible.
That's Devin's guy, man. He loves Kendrick Perkins. Every time he comes on the screen, Dev got something to say.
Yeah, he messing with that dude.
Hey, listen, hey, ESPN, you could hire this show. We could do the show better than Kendrick Perkins. Get us in there. Or give us, tell you what, Tony, give all 3 of us Kendrick Perkins money and he split it 3 ways.
What? Oh, you
already know.
We'll take it. Don't even know how I live. These fools, that's okay. Somebody gonna pick us up, and they gonna realize when we getting all this stuff, they gonna realize what we doing, and they gonna take our word. That's all right. That's why I keep pounding and keep grounding. Somebody out in that space is gonna see us. They'll see us. They realize how wrong we are.
We could do just look. If you want me to pick the wrong picks, I can do that just as good as they can.
Oh, just as well.
I could pick.
Wow. Dyson Daniels goes to New Orleans.
Okay.
Dyson Daniels.
6'6", 185 pounds.
Right? Yeah, this kid is like
guys. This is gonna be so unfair.
Kind of like a point
from
guard.
Australia, right?
Yeah, he's only 19.
Yes, he's from Aussie. He's an Aussie. That's right.
He's only 19. Young fella.
He's a kid. Yeah, he's very young.
He's 3 months. He's 3 months older than my daughter.
And she's a fresh. Really? She's a sophomore in college.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, 19.
That's great.
What the hell have they got on?
Hey man, he's not from this country, man. He might not dress like everybody else.
That shit is like
that's the rage down in
Danny
Australia.
That shit, Danny Terrio like shit, man. That's terrible.
That's not nice, Tony.
Man, it looks like you're taking that shit off on some damn. Come on, man. Come on.
Okay, we got the San Antonio Spurs on the clock now.
What is that?
Spurs had a pretty good season. They weren't terrible.
Right.
But they were a little short. 34-48 last year. Pop wants to win again. Okay.
Yep.
Who do you see the Spurs taking here?
Well, I mean, the Spurs, they got an interesting roster, right? I mean, you've got DeJounte Murray, who's your stud right now. You got a young Keldon Johnson. And they've got Lonnie Walker, who still hasn't really panned out. So I would say you probably could use a front court force. Jalen Duren is, he's got Chris Webber measurables, the wingspan, the body.
But he ain't Chris Webber.
No, he's not Chris Webber by no means on offense. Defensively, though, he's a factor.
Okay.
And he could be a guy that you could put on the Goberts and the Jokic's of the world, and maybe he could add some rim protection.
Hey, listen, Shane Battier went to the same high school that Chris Webber did, but he wasn't Chris Webber.
No, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
No.
I don't think people realize coming out of high school, Chris Webber was unbelievable.
Oh,
unbelievable. Man. Just and that's the thing, Dave. You don't see comparisons to Chris Webber often because he was such a unique guy.
Unbelievable. He really was.
Basically, he could move like a Magic Johnson
I think he's one of the most underrated guys in history.
He was as powerful as Alonzo Mourning. You see what I'm saying? He was an ox.
Well, and again, I mean, his court vision was sublime. I mean, he could really score so well. I mean,
great hands,
unbelievable. And so he was a bucket.
Yeah,
you know, he was, you know, Magic Johnson probably the closest as an apropos comparison. I mean, if you wanted to use him in that way, he could have been that triple-double threat.
He was a bit of honestly, if you put him in the league now, as long as he wouldn't get crazy with shooting threes, if you put a Chris Webber in the league now, he would be incredible.
What? Oh, Lord.
Hey, everybody, thanks for watching us here on the TD Report. We're still going strong. Tony getting something to eat. D-Double is going to get a beer. His son Elijah's going to get him an apple juice. You know, we doing all right here. You on the couch, you chilling. Tony is live from Maryland Live tonight. Tony,
the Wizards fans, you're hoping anybody but Johnny Davis.
At this point, the Wizards could end up with Johnny Davis, which is who they've been wanting the whole time. And I would be shocked.
Yeah. Don't they got to replace Bill right now? They know they lost.
Yeah.
Right.
They know they lost.
I think Johnny's the right pick. I mean, he's just a young, hard-nosed. I mean, that boy averaged 8 rebounds a game.
In the Big Ten.
8 rebounds? Now, come on. That's what you call
that's called sticking your nose in there. All right.
Intentionality.
He's a 6'4" guard. He's a 6'4" guard. Usually those guys don't want to go in there. They ain't trying to go hard in the paint.
Right.
I give them credit for that. And listen, ask anybody. I do not like the University of Wisconsin. Can't stand it.
I don't never root for those guys. The Badgers.
I like the way that they play basketball, but I like this kid.
Hey, listen. Michael Finley.
That's about the only one I like.
That's about the only 2 Badgers I can think of that I really like the game.
Mike Finley, my dude. Dallas Mavericks, old school.
Absolutely.
Play.
But when it comes to the Badgers, I'm like, I mean, first of all, they average about 51 points a game. I mean, they just slow it down, muck it up. But
I can't watch that.
But they're always a very effective team. And the styles make fights. And a lot of times they get tournament success because teams aren't used to that style.
Hey, I don't like He hates it because they ain't number the poor man's UVA. In basketball, they are. They're the same team.
Yeah, but UVA gets probably more top-tier talent from now and again.
UVA has a good recruiting class coming in, but again, how long can you keep them? How long can you keep all those guys in school?
That's
UVA won that national championship, and all their players that were great were not. They still had eligibility left.
Exactly.
And all 3 of those guys split. And listen, God bless them. Can't blame them. Thank you. Thanks. They left the national championship. They got it and they bounced. That's cool.
Yep. Exactly.
They did that Anthony Rendon with the Nationals. Okay,
right.
I got you a World Series championship. I'm gonna leave now. Thank you.
I'm out.
I got you World Series. I'm out.
Buy low, sell high.
Yep. All right. The Spurs pick is in.
The Spurs have 3 first-rounders, so this is an interesting philosophy for them.
Yep. Well, if you've got 3 first-rounders, basically you're on the clock all night. Is what it amounts.
Yeah, I mean,
because anything could happen. Right. We have not seen a trade yet. We have not seen anybody trade up in this draft yet. So let's see what happens here.
So
I think it's Jalen Durham, guys. That's what I think.
Well, he would be a big shot in the arm. Out west, you gotta have some beef, man.
You gotta have a little beef.
Gobert. Yeah. I mean, you've got to get through all those guys to get to the Warriors. It would make sense, but we'll see. Maybe, Greg Popovich, is this his final year in San Antonio? He can't coach forever.
He can't coach forever. I think he takes one shot at a ring. I think he tries to build the team that can get him back to the finals and takes one.
He can't. That's over. Ain't nobody beating Golden State out there.
Golden State's going to get old, Tony. They're going to get old. They're going to get old fast.
Listen. Golden State team right now, if you take the big 3 off. Take the big 3 off. Clay, Curry, and Draymond. Now name the rest of the players, Double D. We did the big three. Name the rest of the players.
Wiggins,
Jordan Poole. Those are the two big ones.
Yeah, now they do have young Weissman. I mean, one
they
day
got Kuminga.
Okay, 3. Go ahead.
And Wiseman didn't play. And they got so Jonathan Kuminga.
Kuminga.
Now Kuminga's a baller. Now Kuminga's the youngest. Yeah, Kuminga's. Kuminga's only 19. He's a young guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's young. Oh God.
Wow. All right, the pick is in.
Okay.
Sohan, right? Wasn't he the one on the championship team?
Wow. Okay. So your San Antonio Spurs selected Jeremy Sochan, 6'10", 230-pound forward out of Baylor. Okay. He's a power forward, so he does fit a need.
Did he win the championship with them?
He did.
Was he on the championship team?
That was a couple of years ago. I don't know if he was on.
That was 2 years ago. Not last year, but the year before.
2 years ago. That was 2 years.
How many years did he play? Did he play 2 years in Baylor?
Look him up.
Leah, look him up, because I don't think he wasn't one of their frontline players on that team, Tony.
That was just last season, not this season, but
he played. No, he was a freshman. He came out as a
freshman.
Yeah, he wasn't on that team.
He played.
All right, he wasn't on that team. Wow.
No.
Washington's on the clock right now. They should run up there with for Johnny Davis. Just run up there. So. Run your ass up there with Johnny Davis.
Exactly. The pick is in. Don't even play around, Tommy Shepard.
It should be, yeah. Now listen.
Don't even play around.
If they take Jalen Durham, that could be Bradley making that pick for them.
Oh yeah, I remember this play. This is when Carolina dominated them.
Yes.
If they think that they're going to get Beal to opt in, if they think they're going to get him signed, they're going to take Jalen Durham right now. They won't take Johnny Davis. They'll try to get the point guard somewhere else or something else.
You guys are like, it's pretty good, but
yeah.
So the Wizards are on the clock right now.
On the clock, that's right.
So what do y'all call him right now?
It's going to be Johnny Davis. If Beal is opting out, if they don't think they can sign Beal, they'll take Johnny Davis and call it a draft. But if they think in their heart of hearts that they can get Beal to sign on long term, they'll take Jalen. They'll take Jalen Duren from.
Where's the draft at tonight? Where they at? You can't hear you, Double D. You can't hear you.
You've got Kyle Kuzma. You've got Rui. You've got Porzingis. You got Avdia. I mean, you got a lot of guys 6'9" and up that are pretty solid.
You wouldn't take Jalen here. You would still go with Johnny Davis.
Well, I'm just saying. KCP.
Whether you can keep Beal or not. Whether if you're Tommy, you've had a chance to have Beal in the building. You talk to him. You talk to his people. You have a rough idea where they're leaning. You get Johnny Davis here.
Listen, I know they've worked out. They worked out Johnny Davis, and I think they liked him. In the pre-draft workout, and it's just one of those things where you figure, look, KCP is right now in the last year of a $15 million deal.
Yeah, they got him on a mini deal.
So I mean,
he was very cost effective. He was cost effective. Yeah,
exactly. But you're not going to extend him for that money when you got to sign Rui and Kuzma. So you might get KCP a chance to mentor a young Johnny Davis. Give him the ins and outs and scouting reports. Johnny's not a knucklehead. He's a quick learner. I think it makes sense. And look, maybe Beal can play some point guard. I mean, you never know.
I do not want Beal playing no point guard. And it's no diss. I'm not paying this money that I'm paying this guy to play point guard. To
set up other players, right?
No, I want him off the ball. And I want other players to work to set him up.
Yeah.
He's the centerpiece. Okay? I need him to be the steak. He's the center of the plate. I want him to be the steak. I'll let someone else be the cream spinach and the onion seasonings and the mashed potatoes, the potatoes lyonnaise on the side.
I feel you.
As you can tell, Billy Ray has not had dinner yet.
Billy Ray is the
Hey, Dave, that dad gonna take a Caesar salad with that with the chicken and the shrimp here.
Yeah, they got a good salad over there. They got a good salad over there at Sports and Social.
So, you got to get over here and check us out over here, man. You got to get over here now.
Okay. Yeah, we'll try to bring you out next week, D.
Yeah, I'm going to check out one of these days.
Yeah, man. You got to get on over here. These people over here are pretty good, man.
How's the crowd in there, Tony?
Man, ain't no crowd because the NBA don't push the draft, dude. They don't, dude. These people here aren't that good.
Hey, look.
And the NBA is terrible at marketing.
It was jumping for the finals. It was jumping for the conference finals. They was going crazy.
The night you was in here for the NFL draft.
It was jumping for both nights. Yeah.
Oh, James Worthy.
Wizards pick. The Wizards pick is in. I think it's
Worthy.
I think it's Johnny Davis.
Baby. Hey,
Dave. Tony is a big Carolina fan. He's probably the biggest North Carolina fan I know, man.
I know.
He come on the screen, his eyes light up.
Oh, Shaq. Good Lord.
Shaq getting big, yo.
Good Lord.
Shaq, hey, look.
Look at this golden era, boy. Big man right here.
Shaq looking like a senior deacon with the white in his beard.
Mm-hmm. He said big fundamental.
Yow,
ping pong.
Yow.
Hey man,
I love Yow, man. I wish he could have been able to play and not get injured.
Oh man, that'd be amazing.
He was a good player, man.
Door's not closed for the Lakers. It's not closed just yet.
It's closed.
They got.
Lakers, that door closed, dog.
Door's closed.
It's closed.
It's closed.
Hey, like Chip Curry said it. He said the pizza was cold, the beer's warm.
The Jello's jiggling.
You talking about Chick Hearn? You talking about Chick Hearn?
Chick Hearn said the pizza's cold, the beer's warm.
There it is.
And there it is.
Young Johnny Davis.
I like this pick. What did I say? Right on the sheet of paper. Johnny Davis, no matter what.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, Tommy Shepard has earned his money as a GM. This is the pick they needed to get. I love it. I love this pick.
Yeah, that's a good
He's still improving.
Yeah, New York Knicks would be on the clock next year. Johnny Davis, 6'5" guard out of Wisconsin. Good, solid player. And I think the Wizards get good value here at this pick.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, he's a guy that, whether he's coming off the bench, whether he ends up starting, I mean, he's just got the mentality to play ball.
Is he like the rest of the light-skinned brothers that play for the Warriors?
Hey, we trying to bring light-skinned brothers back, man. What you talking about?
Already brought it back, dog. I told you, Drake dropped the album.
Yeah. I know. He looks like the Lost DeBarge brother right here, doesn't he?
Hey, y'all got us dark-skinned brothers scrambling now.
You see, hey, listen, these NBA look, man, these NBA players, man, these dudes, they keep dating these Kardashians, man. The whole NBA gonna be light skinned in like one generation, bro.
Everyone gonna be half Persian. You're like, oh man.
All these jokers gonna be them good light skins like in DC. Like the red bones. They're all gonna be red bones out there, man.
Everyone gonna be half Armenian out here.
You see the dude's mama, you be like, that boy can't play. You see his dad, like, okay, yeah. I understand how that works.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, one of the little small live cups, because I do my shit. They throw those cups you throw away, right?
Tony in there drinking that Henny and Coke. He got that Henny and Coke over there. Remy and Coke.
Jay lying to you. You know I don't drink liquor. I don't drink no liquor. So Jay lying to you. Now, Tony tried to say it's a Pepsi with grenadine in there. It's really a Henny and Coke.
Have a little Shirley Temple up in there.
He got a tall Henny and Coke. Got that tall glass, like half Henny. It's like half Henny with he put a cherry in there to make it look like a Shirley Temple.
Man.
Coke.
Y'all too much, man. Y'all are too much, bro.
Hey man, listen. Tony gonna do like Allen Iverson. Tony he gonna have that Louis XIII with a Coke, with splash of Coke and a straw.
Or that Louis Couture's.
Louis 13, 250 a shot.
Oh my God, boy.
I see it right there.
Top shelf.
And ain't nowhere in hell. I'm looking at it right now. It's right there. Because
Who?
it looks different. The Louis. They got it in here.
How come they're not doing any interviews this year with the players?
I don't know I don't know why they changed the format.
Yeah, they keep it pushing.
I would propose this. I would propose this for the NBA draft. NBA, okay? Adam Silver, give us a call, okay? Dave and Tony, D-Double and Tony, and Jody and Dev would call the picks, and then I'll just sit on the couch and interview the players as they get drafted.
Mm-hmm.
That is terrible. This shit is terrible. Where are they located? Are they in the Magic Square Garden?
No, they're Barclays in Brooklyn.
Oh, they're doing it in Brooklyn? See, it should be much better. You know what I'm saying? They're doing it in Brooklyn. Hey, remember when they used to do the NBA draft in Secaucus? Remember that?
Yep.
At the Phelps
out
Forum?
In Jersey.
It's in Secaucus, out in Jersey.
They used to move it around.
I like it. I like it there. Hey, tell the live and tell what's up, man. What's up, E? What's going on, buddy?
He's predicting that the Knicks are going to take Ousmane Dieng.
Oh, okay. Another light skin. He goes another light skin. He's from New Zealand. That's what he thinks. Ousmane Dieng. Okay. How much did you get to watch any international basketball? You got your son watching international basketball for you doing your scouting? Okay.
Yeah. He's all into EPL and all that stuff. He's in the international body.
Or the one of the sources from the Wizards telling this. He's in the building. Your son is in the building quite a bit, so he might have heard something.
Yeah.
We lost Dave for a second. He'll be back. We lost him. He'll be back.
Okay. So what did he call for the Knicks? What do you call him?
He said his son said that it was going to be Ousmane Dieng from New Zealand international.
He called it. His son knew it.
Wait a minute. Well, listen, he gets to hang around at Verizon Center a lot because his dad works there. So he's in the building quite a bit. He might have heard something. Hey, Tony, we might have to get that little dude on the show. He just made a
How old is he?
Like 12.
He just called the shit.
I ain't mad at him. Good for him. Okay. Thunder are back up again. Okay. The Knicks get Ousmane Dieng, 6'10", 205-pound forward. Played last for the New Zealand Breakers. NZ, New Zealand Breakers.
Okay.
So he was down there in New Zealand. That's where the Thompson twins are, man. Remember Thompson twins from the 80s? That's where they live.
Yeah.
They live in New Zealand now.
That's crazy.
Oklahoma City Thunder.
How they going all around?
Yeah. Oklahoma City Thunder pick again. Their first pick earlier tonight, OKC picked Chet Holmgren, 7 foot forward out of Gonzaga. This is going to be their second pick of the night here at pick number 12. They are currently on the clock. Tony, what?
Hey, the Knicks just traded him, Dave.
What's that? The Knicks traded?
The Knicks just traded him.
Oh, wow. Where'd they trade him to?
They traded him to Oklahoma City. Oh, that's gonna be pretty good.
Oh, so they just picked basically they picked for Oklahoma City there. So double check and let me know. Does that mean that the Knicks are on the clock now?
Well, maybe Oklahoma City's on the clock to pick for the Knicks. And
so yeah, they're gonna pick. That's a strange move there. I need to check on this one. That's a strange move, but okay, that's cool. See, Tony, that happened so fast. So our first pick, guys, occurred almost exactly an hour, like an hour and 8 minutes after the draft started. That was our first trade. So you've got the New York Knicks trading to Ousmane Dieng, 6'10" forward out of New Zealand, to the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Oklahoma City Thunder are going to be picking 12th. So we're not sure if they're swapping picks here or if there's another bigger deal that could be happening. Tony, this could be a two or three player deal, or it could be a third team involved. We don't know yet.
Yeah, this is. You know what? Those picks like that, what Oklahoma City is doing, they're trying to make their team look more like a European team. I mean, him and the guy they just drafted, man, are great European type players.
They want to spread the floor. You want to space the floor. You want to space the floor out so you can have room to move. That's what you're trying to do. And force teams to make tough decisions on who they're going to guard and how they're going to guard it. Okay? You know, how they're going to attack. Here on the I'm David Combs with Tony Kennedy. Appreciate you, Tony. We're going to stick with you for more picks. I want to see what happens with this, Tony. Let's find out what's going on here before we get off.
So they picking for the Knicks.
I think that's what's going to happen. I just want to make sure we don't get a third team involved here.
So the guy from Memphis, the center, the Knicks need a center.
The Knicks need a shooting guards. You know, they need a lot. I mean, it's the Knicks, man. I mean, I hate to call them poverty franchise, but damn, I mean,
they need a lot.
The Knicks can't get out of their own way.
No, doesn't seem that way. But if I'm thinking the Knicks are going to take a big man. They need something in law.
Well, Jalen Duren has been sitting here for about 3 or 4 picks where he was the best available player. And I don't know what's going to happen here, Tony. The pick is in for the Thunder.
I would say the center, Duren or Mark Williams from Duke.
Okay.
I would say a big man here. If I'm guessing what the Knicks need, I mean, they got all the rest of this shit that's on here. That's on their team already. They need somebody down low. Even though the game goes away from that, but it's still decided down low. That big guy Williams from Boston almost brought them back in this series.
Sure did.
So, I mean, everybody can't be out on the outside. Somebody got to be down low.
Yeah, somebody got to get them rebounds, too.
Somebody got to get the rebound.
Somebody.
I mean,
anybody.
It's like football. Everybody wants to throw. But in the end of the game, somebody got to run the ball. Somebody got to block. Somebody got to run.
Yeah.
You got to possess the ball.
As much as the game tries to go away from post play and working inside the 3-point line, as everybody tries to replicate what the Golden State Warriors have been able to, I think the problem is going to be this, Tony. Call it what it is. Klay Thompson and Steph Curry are the greatest backcourt shooting duo that's ever been in the NBA. They're absolutely incredible. And the only way the system works is because Klay Thompson, for the last 9 to 10 years, before he got injured, was one of the best two-way guards in all of pro basketball. He would get after you defensively, and he was going to hit threes and score. Okay? So, you know, Golden State as a defensive team was very much underrated. Okay? Very much like those Lakers Showtime teams, who are good. They were good defensive teams. It's just everyone talking a lot about how their offense is, but they played good defense. Oklahoma City Thunder going to be picking here. We think that Oklahoma City is picking here for the New York Knicks, but we aren't sure what's going to happen until the pick comes in, and then the league is notified. The previous pick was number 11.
I think it's a center.
What's that?
I think it's a center.
I think it's a center. Okay.
The Duke guy from Memphis. They took a guard.
Wow. Okay, so let me see. Jalen Williams, 6'6" guard out of Santa Clara. Okay. He was taken by the Thunder here. So we're going to see what happens if the Thunder make this move. and he ends up with the Knicks.
Has anybody been picked from Santa Cruz since Steve Nash?
You might be right. I think you might be the last Santa Clara pick. Your boy Jordan's team, the Charlotte Hornets.
Steve Nash, they said it. That's the one. That's the first one. I haven't seen nobody from Steve Nash.
Mm-hmm.
Can he ball, Dave? I mean,
I don't know a lot about Jalen Williams. I really don't. I'll be honest with you there. I was thinking somebody like an A.J. Griffin would be a good player here from Duke. That's who I thought would have gone here. We have to see what Oklahoma City does here. On the clock, Charlotte Hornets. I got to do this one pick, Tony. I've got to go, but let's see what the Charlotte Hornets pick. Your boy Michael Jordan. Okay.
Yeah, let's get through Michael Jordan's pick.
Is he gonna pick someone from Duke? Sell some tickets down there.
Yeah, he in the ticket selling business.
Charlotte Hornets, the 10th team in the Eastern Conference. They finished.
So they need a rim protector instead. So he might pick the guy from Duke, the dude from Memphis or the dude from Duke.
Jalen Durham. Well, Jalen Durham is 6'10". So if you're looking for someone to protect the rim or whatever, maybe he can do that for you. Tony, that's interesting. That's something we can talk a lot about in the NBA. The lost art in the NBA isn't just shooting from 2-point range or post play. It's block shots. It's like nobody cares about them anymore. It's like they don't matter, right?
Yep.
It's a lost art.
Like they don't matter.
You used to be able to make the league just being able to block shots. If you could block shots, you could get in the league. It doesn't work like that anymore. Charlotte Hornets on the clock here.
So the Mark Williams guy from Duke, that was their big man that they had that used to come in the games.
Mm-hmm.
For Duke, right?
Yeah, he was a role player. Yeah.
They may take him, dude. They may
if they do that, I'd be shocked. But okay. Charlotte Hornets had a nice little team. Okay? They had a nice little team. And I don't want to see. Yeah, that's LaMelo and them. Yeah. They had Bridges. They had a nice little 1-2 punch there.
I would take Dorma Williams.
And listen, I'll say this. I'll say this. LaMelo Ball is better than I thought he was going to be. A lot better. He's a very good player. I didn't think he was going to be anything. That kid has been a revelation. Charlotte's going to have to lock him up. They can't let him get away. Tony, if they let him get out of Charlotte,
he's a future star in the NBA.
He's a star.
He's a future star.
Yeah.
In the NBA.
He's a star. He's a star in waiting. He's behind Luka. He's behind those guys like Luka and Trae Young. But he's coming. You know what I'm saying? He's coming, and he's hungry. Really like the way he plays.
He can flat out ball. He can flat out ball, Dave. Yeah. Let's see what he does. They're showing their game now.
Okay. So next week, Tony. Next week, Tony, you want to go on Thursday, right?
Yeah, let's try to. If we're gonna go one day a week, let's go Thursday.
Okay.
We go one day a week in the summer, getting us ready to August, the football season when it comes in, so we can get everybody back ready.
And we definitely need to get Cody. We definitely need to get Cody in to do his.
We gotta give everybody a chance to get their teams in, and so he can hype up the Washington football team again. And
hey, the logos. Hey, Tony, the logo's right behind you. It's over your left shoulder.
Right. Hey, man, I got some fans that they wrote into their will that they're going to have the Washington Redskins be their pallbearers so they can let them down one more time.
Ooh. Tony, it's tough to be a Washington fan. And you heard another allegation came out about Daniel Snyder today, like just this morning.
Man, look,
Allegations from back at the 2001 Final Four.
For who?
Back in the 2001 Final Four, one of the former executives on the team claims that Daniel Snyder flew them out to Minneapolis and had a bunch of potential hookers or strippers around them. It's a mess.
The owners keep him.
Almost got.
And then they didn't get a. They didn't get.
It almost got the dude in trouble. Almost got the dude in trouble with his wife, man. Look, man, I like my job. Look, I like my job, but your boss can't be getting you in trouble with your wife, man. There ain't enough money in the world. You could give me $10 million a year, but if I got to come home and my wife is mad at me, nah, man, I got to find another job, man. Just work at the post office. It ain't work. You know, you've heard the term "happy wife, happy life." You have a woman that's mad at you. She can make your life miserable. Don't matter how much money you got. When we get this pick in, folks,
Durham or Williams, Dave?
You think Jalen Durham? You called it. Jalen Durham from Memphis.
Durham, there it is.
I like that pick.
It had to be a center. They said they needed a center.
Yeah, I like that pick.
So that's a good pick for them.
They thought he was the overall 9th-ranked player in this draft, Tony, and they got him at the 13th pick. I think they did well and got good value here. So, as we close up tonight, our piece of the coverage on the TD report. Again, our condolences go out to friends and family of Washington great Brig Owens. Played safety for Washington. I met him at a fundraiser about 15, 20 years ago. And we asked him at the table who the toughest player he ever played against was. And he said, have you heard of Jim Brown? I was like, I've heard of him, And he said tackling Jim Brown was one of the hardest things he's ever had to do. He said it was like tackling a pile of bricks. Okay. Old school NFL guy, Cincinnati Bearcat great. Rest in peace to Brig Owens. And on another sad note, we say goodbye to Tony Siragusa, defensive tackle. Super Bowl champion.
But you know what he doesn't get credit for, Dave? He was the first one on the sideline that brought you what the linemen were doing. Remember, he used to stand in the back and tell you what the line is doing, everything else. Everybody would tell you everything else, but he doesn't get credit enough for bringing us into the game as far as the linemen and what they were doing.
And he was doing that from the end zone. That's where he would be.
From the end zone.
He would be in the end zone.
Which is the best level to watch a game. Because you get to see the blocking schemes, you get to see everything.
You see them develop, yeah, absolutely. Tony, think about this also. In a lot of ways, he was kind of one of the original forefathers to Gronk. He had fun playing football. He had fun off the field. And he was doing that before the internet really got big to where basically now, the reporters would follow Gronk around to see what he would do.
You know what? He was the Art Donovan of today.
Now, Art Donovan was a lot of fun, yeah, and right here in Baltimore.
Same thing. He was kind of that guy, that generation.
He was a guy of the people.
And then Gronk took it over for the next generation. And kind of who else is kind of like that is Beast Mode.
Yeah, Beast Mode's like that. I'll give you another name. If Tony Siragusa decided he wanted to get into the food business, he could have been as big as Gino Marchetti. He could have built a franchise kind of like Geno's. Coming up, you guys are young guys out here don't know nothing about Geno's. Gino Marchetti played defensive line for the Baltimore Colts for many years, was a beloved guy, and when he got out of pro football, got into the restaurant business, and had a burger joint called Geno's.
What was the big burger on the joint? What was it called?
The Hero. The Hero.
The Hero joint. What was the Big Mac? The one that was like the Big Mac. What was it called?
You got me. What was it?
The Geno Giant.
The Geno Giant. Oh, yeah. That big stacked up. Tony, they still have Geno's. There's still a Geno's in Glen Burnie.
Oh, yeah.
I took my son there. I took my son there. When they had a state championship for baseball, I took them out there. And I said, yeah, we're going to go to Geno's. They might have 50 different flavors of milkshakes. And they're all delicious. All of them delicious. Hey, guys, thank you for joining us here on the draft day edition for the NBA. Sorry it wasn't bigger. There should be more. The NBA draft should be bigger than it is. It really, really should. But we're going to bring it to the next year. Tony, I'm going to sign off first right now. We got two
signing off, baby. Make sure you text Cody.
And happy birthday, Jody Coleman. And thanks to Cody for producing the show.
All right, bro. See you guys.
Appreciate you. I'll hit you up later tonight, man. Have a good time.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.